Hello friends, welcome to my channel Metal and Non-Metals. In this chapter, we will discussing all things about in detail form. So in previous part first and second, we had learned about metals and their physical, chemical properties, and also we had seen that there is a use in our day-to-day life. Okay, so today we will focusing on what mean by a non-metals. Okay, so here the non-metals means non-metals. What mean by a non-metals? What is their physical properties of non-metals, chemical properties of non-metals, and differences between metal and non-metal. Okay, and lastly we have seen that use of a non-metals. Okay, let's begin to start now what we mean by a non-metals. So non-metals, we see that the example carbon, sulfur and phosphorus are few non-elements. So whenever we imagine about that structure of this carbon, sulfur and phosphorus, they are in a brittle in a structure. Okay, so carbon here, it is a black in color, and here sulfur is a yellow in color, and here is a red phosphorus. Okay, so non-metals are a few. This is the carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus are a few non-metals, and they are not a shiny. We see in this picture. Okay, so generally non-metals are a brittle and non-lustrous. So means that brittle means that easily break. Okay, that is easily break, and we cannot required so many energy to break it. It is a easily break out. Okay, and a non-lustrous means there is a not a shiny surface on their surface. Okay, this is a non-lustrous property. Okay, these are two things we can easily identify. The metal is metal. The element is metal or non-metal. Okay. So next begin to this is most important property, that is a physical state, a physical property of non-metal. First is a physical state. It is very important. So here at a ordinary temperature, non-metal occur as a solid, liquid and gaseous. Means they are present in a three forms. Okay, but we recall about the part first slide in a metal elements that is formed in generally in solid form, and exception for a mercury that is a form in liquid in a metal state. But in non-metal state, in a ordinary temperature means room temperature, non-metals occur in a three state, that is solid, liquid and gaseous. Okay, hope so you understand this comparison between metal and non-metals. Okay, so for example, solid is a carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus are the solid materials, and liquids are bromium. Gaseous is hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. Okay, the next property is lustrous. Non-metal do not have a lustrous, exception for a diamond and iodine crystal. So here there is a no a shiny surface on the non-metal atom. Okay, so there is a no property of lustrous. Some non-metals are colorless while others have a different colors. Okay, there is a colorless means there is a no attractive color of in their surface. Like the example of carbon, carbon is a black in color. Okay, what is the color of carbon in the form of coal? In the form of the coal, the carbon is in a black. Okay, sulfur is yellow and bromine is a brown. This is the second physical property of luster. Then third property is brittleness. Brittleness means easily break. No required or so many energy to break it. Okay, take a coal and hammer it. See what happened to it. Solid non-metals are brittle. Some non-metals are soft. Diamonds and allotropy of carbon is an exception for this softness, which is the hardest natural substances. Okay, means that here the high amount of brittleness is present in non-metal elements. Okay, they are not soft. Okay, this is the brittleness property of the non-metal elements. So next, fourth property is ductility and malleability. In previous video part, first we had said that non-metals are neither ductiles or malleables. Okay, but a ductility and malleability property we already seen that means ductility means a form a thin wire and malleability is form whenever we hammering such amount of energy that is a form a thin sheet that is called a malleability. Okay, but both this property is not present in a non-metals atoms are neither ductile or nor malleable. So fifth property is conduction of heat and electricity. Non-metal are bad conductor of heat and electricity exception graphite and allotropy of carbon which is a very good conductor of electricity. So here non-metals are bad conductors means that they are not easily consume a heat or electricity. Okay, they repel the electricity. This is a property of non-metals. But in opposite side, metals have a good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, so here bad conductor of heat means the wood is the best example for non-metal atoms. So next is for there is a exception for graphite, which is a good conductor of electricity. So density, what is the density? Density means rho is equal to mass upon volume. Okay, this is the concept we previously learned. Okay, according to a metal, but a metal have a high density, but in vice versa, non-metals have a low density because of the metal is a generally solid forms means that there is a weight is high and also their density is high. Okay, but non-metals have low in a weight, so here is a low density. So melting and boiling point. This is the seventh property of non-metal. So non-metals have a low melting and boiling point. But in opposite case of metal is have a high melting and boiling point. Okay, means that metal have a consumption of energy and electricity is high, but non-metal have not a tendency to easy to capture uh, to all the heat. So in that reason they are a low melting and boiling point. Okay. Exception the solid non-metals carbon and boron. Boron melt at a high temperature. Okay, this is an exception for carbon and boron. Okay, you remember this is a basic concept. Sometimes this is a question asked in a MCQ types question. So be careful about that. Okay, student. So next is chemical properties of non-metal. This is our next topic. So we had already learned about the that is a physical property that is a some major differences between metal and non-metal. So now focusing on a chemical properties of non-metals. Electronic configuration. Most of the non-metals have a 4 to 7 electrons in their valence shell. Valence shell means their outermost uh, outermost shell is filled with 7 electrons. Okay, so take we some example like nitrogen, oxygen, and chlorine. These are non-metal elements. Their atomic number: the nitrogen having 7, oxygen having 8, chlorine is chlorine is 17. Okay, their electronic configuration according to their atomic number. So here 7, 7 having an electronic configuration to 5, and 8 having a, according to atomic number, that's a 2 6, and here 17 is a 2 8, 2 8 plus 7, that is 70. Okay, this is 2 is a here in a nitrogen atom. 2 is shown that a K shell, K L. Okay, in oxygen 2 6 K L, that is in first orbit 2, then second orbit 6. Okay, then chlorine is a 2 8 7 K L M, first orbit 2, second 8, and last is 7. Okay, this is the electronic configuration of non-metal elements. So next is formation of ions. Non-metals have a tendency to accept an electron in their valence shell to form negatively charged ions called anions. But in opposite case of a metal is that is a form of anions. Okay. So here we see that the non-metals have a tendency to accept electrons. So here the non-metal type of reaction. We accept one electron, two electron, three electron. Chlorine accept one electron, oxygen two electron, and nitrogen three electron in their valence shell to form a negatively charged ion. So here they form one. When they accept a one electron, they form a one negatively charged ion. That is called a anion. But this opposite case in a metal is form a cation. Okay, you remember student, this a basic concept. Okay, so here oxygen is a to accept a two electron and form a negatively charged two ions, that is called anion. Here a three anions, that's a negatively charged ions, and accept a th- accept the three electrons. Okay, this is the formation of ions. Then next chemical properties of non-metal is reaction with oxygen. Non-metals combine with oxygen to form their oxide. So non-metal plus oxygen, that is a form of non-metal oxide. The oxides of non-metal are acidic in nature. They react with bases to form soluble salts and water. So let's take this some example of this formation of salt and water. So carbon is a combined with oxygen, that is form a carbon dioxide. This is similarly this reaction is take place. The oxide non-metals react with water to form an acid. So here carbon dioxide plus H2O, that is water, when they combine together, that is form a carbonic acid. When sulfur it is combined with water, that is a form of sulfurous acid, and sulfuric acid it is added with the water, that is form a sulfuric acid. So here we see that this is the reaction is a take place with the combination of oxygen. Okay, this is the chemical property. Then next is very important, what is the differences between metal and non-metal. We can easily identify the differences according to metal and non-metal. We have already learned about that things according to physical properties and chemical properties. We have a make a decision differences between a chart. Okay, the first is the appearances. Metal have a lustrous, non-metal have a dullness. Lustrous having the metal is example silver, gold. Dull means a carbon. So hardness means there is not easily break. So here we take the example of iron. And non-metals is a soft, that is a smooth in powder structure. That is a sulfur in yellowish color. Okay. So malleability means that is a form a thin shade. A metal is can do it very well, can be beaten into a thin sheet. The capability of metal is to form a thin sheet, but a non-metal cannot be beaten into a thin sheet. Okay, they are brittle in a nature. Ductility can be drawn into a wires. Ductility means a form a thin wires. Okay, like the examples of copper that is from wires that is used in our house electronic circuits. That is the best example of metal, that is copper for ductility. But non-metals can be drawn, cannot be ability to drawn into a wires. Okay, so metals have a heat conduction. That is, metals are good in a heat conductors of heat, but non-metals are poor conductors of heat. Conduction of electricity. Metals having a good conductor of electricity, but non-metals are poor conductor of electricity. This is the whole things and whole the study about that. We are going to study about that things. Okay. These all the things are mentioned in here. So in part first, we have seen the all the metals of physical properties, and now we have seen that is all physical properties of non-metals. According to there, we compare these things, their appearances, hardness, malleability, ductility, and heat conduction and conduction of electricity. Okay, then next is what is the use of non-metal. So in our day-to-day life, there is a maximum use of the elements is both metal and non-metal. Okay, but we cannot identify the material is which which is classified into a metal or non-metal. But now we study on these things, so we easily can find out what is a metal and non-metal and what is the purpose in our day-to-day life. So use of non-metal is in our day-to-day life. Oxygen, which is a 21% by volume, helps in the respiration process. Means a breathing process, it is very helpful. It is also used in a manufacturing steel, provides high temperature in metal fabrication process. And also oxygen is used in cylinder are used in hospital. You know the nowadays the situation about corona. There is a many patients require the oxygen cylinder. That oxygen cylinder is filled with the oxygen. Okay, this oxygen is including non-metal. Means that this is a very important application in our day-to-day life. Means a major part is also included in a non-metal. Okay, and also I have put in one application about iodine. Iodine is also used in a treatment of a throat infection, and also our antiseptic cream. It is added a iodine. Okay, then next is non-metal used in a fertilizer. Fertilizer contain a nitrogen. It helps in a plant growth. It enhances the rate of plant growth. Non-metal phosphorus is also used for a better plant growth. These two non-metal play a major role in plant growth. Okay, this nitrogen is a fixation the plants. And also the next example is of phosphorus is for a better plant growth. Okay. Then next is non-metal use in crackers. In a Diwali festival, we have used some crackers. In that crackers, there is a use of sulfur and phosphorus. Means that they are cracky properties. Okay, sulfur and phosphorus are used in fireworks. So this is the application of non-metal. So in this video, we have a see only about the non-metals, what mean by non-metals, what is their physical properties, chemical properties, and what is the differences between metal and non-metal, and later on we see that what is the use of non-metals. Thank you for your good attention for this video. If you have any query about this chapter, please write down in comment section below. That is very helpful for me to prepare a next video for a better presentation. Thank you.